Hi, I'm Jason Harman from Two Deuce Painting Company here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and today we're going to show you how to repair a variety of drywall issues that you often find on the job. Okay guys, here we are. I made up this demo board to show you some minor dings, dents, holes, stuff typically you would see in any home that you go into. Right here is the nail pop that we want to address first. As you can tell, someone tried to repair it, but they didn't do a very good job, so we're going to try to fix that up a little bit. The first thing you want to do is take a razor knife, try to find where your screw is. Just try to dig that out. And there it is. You just want to kind of grab your drill over here. First thing you want to do is back it out. Back it out a little bit, okay? And then you can replace the screw with a new screw, or you can try to reset this one. And for this instance, we're just going to reset it and drive it in further. So there, now you can see I got it in good enough. And then what I'll do, the next step is what I'll do is just lightly sand the edges to get that rough edge that they did. Sand that down a little bit smooth. And that's all you have to do to get it prepared to finish. And then you just grab your typical drywall mud, you buy it at any hardware store, 6-inch drywall blade. Just put a little bit on your knife and refill it. Now that's first coat, so we'll just let that dry. It could be anywhere from 2 to 6 hours. And then we'll lightly sand it and just give it another coat. Sand that and it'll be ready to prime and paint. Now we're gonna go to the easiest one, which everybody has in their home, is little dings. Nothing major, a kid's toy hit it or something like that. The easiest thing to use on this is typically a 1-coat application patch. This is a lightweight patch. We'll use a smaller knife on it. You can feel it if it's any rough edges, if there is, and just lightly sand it out. And get your quick application patch here. Take a small 1-inch knife, just go over it. And you can leave those rough edges there because that'll dry within an hour. You can lightly sand it. It could be ready to prime and paint then, but if you want to put another coat on, if it's not perfectly smooth for you, you can add that another application. Now we're going to transfer to a more major problem here, is a hole in the wall. It could be anything from a doorknob or somebody punching a hole in the wall. Now you can buy a self-adhesive aluminum reinforced patch. It'll definitely stick right over the hole. It's self-adhesive, so you just put it right over the hole, you center it over, and you put it on. It's as simple as that, it'll stick. And once again, you just grab your mud, basic compound mud again, and just go over it one time. Put it on heavy at first. Make sure you get all nooks and crannies filled. Now, at this point, you're still gonna see the patch, but that's what you want. You gotta get the initial light coat on first, okay? Now you're gonna want that to dry, typically about 6 hours to dry, and then you'll be able to lightly sand any rough edges, and then put another thin coat over top, okay? And then sand it again when it's dry, and then the third coat will be your final coat. You should be able to sand that down when that's dry, and it'll be ready to prime and paint. So that's a great way to fix a hole in drywall. And now we're gonna move over to a common problem, which is a crack in drywall and plaster. So I don't have any cracks in my drywall, but I'm gonna simulate a crack for today's purposes. So I'm just gonna score it with a knife. Just like that. That would be like a typical crack you would find in plaster or drywall, okay? So when you have a crack, you just don't want to put mud over it, because if you do that, the crack will continue to come back. We want to solve that problem using the fiberglass mesh tape. It's self-adhesive once again. So you kind of get it to the length of your crack, make a cut a piece, and then just stick it right over your crack, just like that. It'll stick right on. Then you go back to your mud paint again, and once again, you're going to do the same thing as we did on the hole. Just put a light coat of mud over it. Put it on heavy at first. You want to work it in all the nooks and crannies. And again, you're going to see the mesh on the first coat. We're going to want that to dry again. Lightly sand any rough edges, then put a second coat on and follow the same procedure. Sand it again, put a third coat on. Third coat will end up hiding that fiberglass. Sand it as smooth as possible, and it'll be ready to prime and paint. If you're an experienced painter, you already know these things, but if you're new to the field, these tips will help you prep the wall prior to painting.